What's going on, guys? It's your boy CJ back today with another video. Today I'm going to be changing out my Serpentine belt on my n54 335i. Lately been having some squealing while it's idling, and just don't want that anymore, so I'm going to be getting rid of that today. So I headed over to AutoZone, my local AutoZone, picked up a new Continental Series Serpentine belt. I believe it's 7PK1855 is the code on that. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So first thing we're going to do is remove this air duct, and they're going to be two T15 torque screws right here. Next, we're going to be removing the radiator fan. To do that, you need to remove this plug right here. Small tip, I found it easier to remove if you push in on this tab with your finger while taking a flathead and lifting up right here on this. The plug removed, you can proceed and take these two clamps out and set this whole hose to the side as well. So now that we have this lifted out, we need to remove this screw for the radiator fan at the top. This will be a T25 screw. So while I was moving the expansion line out of the way, it snapped on me. I guess it was dry rotted. So I had to go to AutoZone and pick up this makeshift hose. I got it connected to the OEM hose right here. I also snapped the opening on this upper radiator hose, so I had to go to AutoZone and purchase one of these as well. Next step is to remove this screw on the bottom side of the fan. We're on the driver's side underneath, and that is a T25 as well. So once you remove the screw from the bottom, you just want to hold your line out the way and then lift. You do have a rubber grommet on the right side of the fan, so you need to take a flathead screwdriver and just push down on that, and then it should free it up out the way. So once you have the fan out, next thing you're gonna do is remove these two screws on this cross pipe. I believe they are T27s. So got that removed so we can have some more room in here, and that's what the screws look like. Before I loosened the tensioner to take the belt off, I went ahead and drew a diagram of what the belt looks like already on there, so I don't get it mixed up when I put the new one on. Kind of gives you an idea of what to do. So now we're gonna take a T60 Torx and rotate this so the tensioner can come loose and we can take the belt off. So I ended up taking the T60 Torx and rotating it to the right, which gave some tension in the tensioner pulley, and I was able to remove the belt. So now I'm going to be cleaning up the pulleys a little bit of all the excess debris, and putting on my new Continental 7PK1855 series belt. So I got the new belt on. I ended up taking the T60 Torx with a breaker bar and rotating it to the right so that the tensioner could loosen up and free the old belt. I started at the top and worked my way down and pulled it out from the bottom right. To get the new one on, I started at the very bottom. Looking at my diagram, I started at the bottom right and made sure that the lines matched up with the correct tread and worked it all the way around, and then finished off on this last top pulley right here by taking the T60 and rotating it to the right, and then putting it back on and then turning it back so that it would be tight again. Just make sure that all your tread is lined up correctly. So now that the new belt is in place, we're gonna go ahead and put back those two Torx that hold the cross pipe in place, and then we can proceed to put the fan back in and finish everything up. So I finally managed to get the fan back in. I'm not gonna lie, it did take a little while. Just kept repeating the same processes over and over, wiggling it down. This rubber guide on the side definitely gave me some trouble. That is the most important part of putting the fan back in. Just make sure you're putting that rubber guide back into that clamp. I did go ahead and put the power plug back into place, so we're all good there. Now we're gonna go and replace and put that screw back in, that torque screw at the top right here, and then there's one on the bottom, as you guys remember, on the driver's side, and then we should be able to put the pan back on underneath and it should be good to go.